In today's video, I want to demonstrate my experience with 3 products that are designed to clear your pores. Now, I'm coming up to being 52 years of age. I cannot believe that I'm still dealing with blackheads, but here I am. Yes, I am dealing with blackheads. And I just thought it would be interesting to try out some different products and share my experiences with you. So if it's something that interests you, please keep watching. Welcome back to Selfcare Karen. It is lovely to have you here. Selfcare Karen is all about making your life better by helping you level up in your self-care. I have hundreds of guided meditations here on this channel. I also have a practice called EFT, which is all about letting go of your limiting beliefs and kind of adopting beliefs and saying affirmations that really serve you. So if you're not familiar with that practice, do check out my videos here on the channel. And then, yes, I completely indulge my beauty product addiction, and I come to you with many videos related to this addiction, reviewing products for you, giving you my honest opinion on how these products have worked for me. I am going through the change. I am perimenopausal. Feels like most of my life I've been perimenopausal. It's been a long time. I'm on HRT, and I'm going through various kind of health things related to the perimenopause. But I say that because obviously that means that my skin type is a certain way, my hair is a certain way, and yeah, I still get blackheads, but I've had them all my life. Like, I don't feel like there's been a moment since my teens where I have not had this thing around blackheads. And the way that I've treated them has definitely changed over the years. To be honest with you, I'm so knackered most days around this time that I'm not that bothered by them. I just try and cover them up with makeup. And by the way, apologies if I'm coming to you as like a complete sweaty Betty here. We are going through a mega heat wave here in the UK. It's very early in the morning. It's kind of like the time to film because otherwise it is just too hot. And I know we shouldn't complain because I feel like I'm always complaining about the weather, but we are not built for this type of weather in the UK. All the construction is really here to retain heat, not to keep it cool. My building was built in the 30s, the 1930s. It's very cold here in winter. There are only 2 radiators. I mean, I've got additional heating, but there are only 2 radiators. It's the cold normally that we have to be dealing with. So we're not very good at dealing with the heat. And despite the fact that I have Spanish heritage, I am such a sweaty Betty. And I've actually felt a little bit overwhelmed this week with how much the heat has affected me. I lived in Spain for years and I never ever felt this way, but I think it's because, again, the buildings and the way of life, I don't know, it's just built around a different climate, right? So anyway, I digressed, I will shushy, but I just wanted to explain I've got wet hair because I've come out of the shower, I had to have a cooling shower, and I'm already glowing up. I haven't bothered to put foundation on today because it's like, it's gonna slide off, right? So just keep it minimal. Anyway, so in today's video, I'm reviewing 3 products. The iconic, the original Biore pore strips, okay? And I haven't used these exact ones. They've had a facelift as well, the packaging has changed, but I have used the Biore pore strips since I've seen them on the market in the UK, on and off. These I found to be a very effective temporary way to remove blackheads. And actually that's what I'm talking about today. Like, if you're looking at the root cause, if you're looking about prevention, this video is not about that. This is me demoing 3 different ways to suck out the buggers, okay? Excuse my French. Right, so we've got the Biore ones. Then new to me, not the brand, but just the pore strips, Starface. I've used the kind of stickers of Starface to deal with spots, which I do get occasionally. So these are lift-off pore strips. And then I thought, and actually, let's face it, that's what this video is about. I thought, how am I going to feature this in a video? This is the Lanbena. I've had this for a long time now. Nose Plants pore strips. The English on this is not great. It is from China, made in China, but this is kind of a little bit different to the pore strips that you stick on your face. This is a gunge that you then put paper strips onto, you let it dry, and then you peel them off. So I wanted to demo these 3 products to you and then talk about which ones I think are the most effective and best for getting out the blackheads. But before I do that, I do just want to say a few things. First off, blackheads is where a pore is filled with, sebum, other stuff, gunky stuff. It oxidizes. It's not necessarily that your face is dirty, okay? It's an oxidization that turns black. And equally, you can get white heads where it's not turning black, it's white. And I get milia as well. I don't know if you can see on my forehead here, I've got some bumps. That's milia, and that's again kind of like an overload of sebum, and it's there, and that needs to be extracted professionally. So it doesn't mean that your face is dirty. However, cleansing in the right way can really help. I found can help kind of minimize the quantity of blackheads that you get. But when you're using these kind of products, what you are also pulling out are filaments, and that makes it look, especially if you're looking at these kind of viral YouTube videos, like you're getting out a lot of crap. But excuse my French again, but I think the hot weather is making me a bit potty mouthed. I apologize, right? But basically, maybe there's a question mark here as to maybe you should just leave your face alone, kind of thing. Now, you can get really, really big blackheads, dilated port whiners, they're called. I don't have any of those, but I do get a lot of kind of clogged pores, I would say, on my forehead, on my nose area, and down here as well. And that is what I use these kind of products for. So you'll see in the demos that I've got, I apply them into that kind of T-zone area. And you'll see with varying degrees of success, I clear my skin somewhat, but they fill up again. It's a temporary fix to really kind of work on like reducing the quantity. You need to be using something. What I find is definitely be very religious and regular with your cleansing. Use some form of AHA or BHA exfoliant. So it's a chemical exfoliant. I love lactic acid because it is so gentle, but in there you've got salicylic acid as well and glycolic acid. They're kind of varying strengths and have different types of uses and reactions to the skin, but you want to be using those kind of products if you want to kind of reduce things. And then of course there are skin conditions that kind of exacerbate the whole blackhead situation, like I'm thinking acne now, and that's like a whole different route of treatment. You probably need to look at where the root cause is there. Definitely not normally dirty skin, it's something else. It's some sort of imbalance normally in the body that is kind of manifesting itself in that way. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox here in terms of blackheads, but this video really was just meant to be a little bit of fun, and as I said, so that I could showcase this product which I got off Amazon ages ago. By the way, got all of this off Amazon. I am an Amazon associate, which means I may earn from qualifying purchases. There will be affiliate links in the video description. That means if you use the link you purchase, I might get a small commission. But do shop around if you're interested in buying any of these products. I'm not putting a gun to your head to use my affiliate links, but the money that I make, the small amount, I just reinvest back into this channel, just so you're aware of how that works. All right, so let's get going with the demos. And first up, we have the all new to me Starface Lift Off Pore Strips. These are with aloe vera and witch hazel. The pack that I got has got 8 strips in it, and these are blackhead removing pore strips. And it says, apply a pore strip, sticky side down to your clean, wet nose. Leave on for 15 minutes or until the strip feels hard and dry. And then to remove, peel the edges up and lift off. Explore the constellation of gunk extracted from your pores. Okay, I like the humour. All right, so let's watch me demoing these. So I'm going to apply 3 Starface nose strips. I've just got this microfiber cloth here. My face is cleansed, but I just wanted to re-wet it. Probably should have done that after I opened up the strips. Let me do that and then I'll re-wet it. So these are just actually designed for the nose, but why not use them in other parts of my face? Okay, they look like that. Let me open them up. What I find, I've never used this brand before, but what I've found in the past with these kinds of strips, which I've mainly used the Biore ones, is you really need to get them very, very wet for them to stick on properly. So I'll go in with some water afterwards once they're on the face. All right, I've got hair everywhere, blimey. A lot of hair loss at the moment. Oh. Right, so let's see what's the best way for the forehead. Don't want to get my eyebrows or my hairline. Right, and now I'll go in. Oh, these are sticking really well. Sometimes they don't stick well. These are sticking well. All right. Oh, hairs everywhere. Okay, nose. I mean, you know, probably mentioned this already in the video, but how is it that I'm nearly 52 and I'm still bloody worried about blackheads? I mean, seriously, I thought that was a teenager thing, but no, here I am, what, 40 years on, and it's still a concern. Okay. Right, I'm going to let these dry hard. So I may go over the time that they say on the packet. There's a bit of a weird smell. I wonder if where's that coming from? I think that's coming from these strips. All right, I'll come back when I'm ready to peel them off. Okay, so life happened. These have been on way longer than they were supposed to have been on. I don't know how long, like maybe 40 minutes, something like that. Okay, I'm gonna, oh, well, that didn't stick down. That's a waste. Nothing's come out. Oh man, and they really smell yucky. No, these are not good. These are not adhering like they should. I don't know, maybe I didn't apply them to a wet enough face. See, they're not pulling anything out. I mean, literally, that was a waste, a complete waste. All right, so next up we have the Biore pore strips. These are the 2 times deep cleansing ultra strength pore strips. Instantly removes 2 times more deep pore clogs. Okay, the asterisk is versus the original pore strips. So that's what I've been used to using, the original ones. These are not those. I did not realise that. Okay, so this is pretty similar to the Starface ones. Remove the strip from the pouch. Twist to strip to loosen and separate slits prior to use. Oh, not sure I did that. After washing your face thoroughly, wet your nose. The strip won't stick on a dry nose. And then dry hands, peel off the plastic liner, apply to the nose area, smooth side down, pressing down to ensure good contact with skin. Let it dry for about 10 to 15 minutes until stiff to the touch, like papier-mâché, and then slowly and carefully peel off, starting at the edges, pulling towards the center. All right, let's see me using these. All right, so this is the demo for the Biore Ultra Nose Strip. Biore for me is like the OG for these nose strips. Again, I've got 3 because I'm going to do my forehead, my nose, and also my chin. And the thing that I found with the strips over the years is that you really, really need to have a very wet surface, i.e. your skin needs to be really, really wet. And Biore now do millions of different products. They've branched out, they do, well, I don't know if they always did other skincare, but you can get other skincare now in the UK from them. But, oh no, it's not gonna work. Don't wanna lose all my hair on my eyebrows. All right, so I'm just gonna wet that down. And what I find with these, I've not used them for ages, right? But you need to leave them on until they're really cracking dry. So longer than they say on the instructions. I think they say like 10-15 minutes. I'm gonna leave these on until they are really, really, really hard. And yeah, I was saying they do lots of different types of pore strips. I've sort of tried to get the ones that are the nearest to the ones that I used to use way back in the day. As I said, I've been using these for a long time. All right, last one, chinny chin chin. Okay. I've got high hopes for the sucking out of the blackheads. Okay, I'll come back when I am ready to remove. Okay, these are definitely dry. I'm gonna peel them off. I've got a few blackheads. Let me see if it will focus. I don't know if you can see that. Right, let's go into the nose. Oh, these, I don't know what's going on. They're not. Ah, that's much better. Right, that's stuck down. Oh, yes. A yield on the nose tip. And actually all over, there's lots of little filaments, blackheads that have come out. Oh, I didn't stick that one down very well. Yeah, a couple of little ones on the edge here. Oh, but at least I got some. Sorry, not even showing you. Let me see if I can take perhaps some photos so you can see if you're interested. And finally, we're going to use the Lanbena nose plants pore strips. I think that's poor translation there. Nose plants. I don't really know what that means. Anyway, let's have a go at let's watch me do these. Just to say, it says dissolve the grease derivatives, repair the damaged fibre tissue, soften, loosen and contract the blackheads within the pores, remove the coarse aging cuticle, make your skin fresh, clean, white and smooth. Apply a thin layer to clean nose, covered with paper, leave for 2 to 5 minutes, get dry and peel away, rinse thoroughly with cool water for 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, definitely did not rinse for that period of time, and I left them on for a lot longer than the whatever, 5 minutes. That's not long enough. All right, let's watch the demo of this. Okay, so I'm going to demo using these Lanbena nose plants pore strips. Okay, here are the strips. You get a lot in the, I've used this a few times, but you do get a lot of strips. Okay, so this is kind of like applying glue to your face. So I'll show you what I mean. Ooh, okay, I've got it all down the sink. Right, so I'm just gonna put it on my nose. At least, like, it's quite easy to apply the glue, if you like, the solution. And then I'm gonna get a strip. This is now a bit more fiddly. Ah, man. I should have thought of this and pulled these off before I got started. Okay, here's one strip. And now you just, oh God, it's broken. I'm not doing good, I'm not doing good. Oh. Okay, let me put that there. I haven't got any clean fingers now, so that's not ideal. Okay, let me put a bit more on the nose. And the point is you put the strips on and you let them dry, and then you peel them. Oh, I'm trying to get it flat off. I'm going to just try and cover the nose a bit because I've got a blackhead right in nostril area, which would be fantastic to get off. Okay, I'm going to go up here. Try to avoid the eyebrows. I've got some milia up here. I don't know if it will remove the milia. Okay. Okay, that's easier. Oh, well, I say that. That's an easier area because it's flatter. Okay, and now the chinny chin. Okay, might actually do 2 strips here. Oh, okay, let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry and then I shall show you the peeling off stage. All right, apologies, this is not the best look, but it's been on for about 25 minutes and I'm going to slowly peel them off. Oh, lots of little, I don't know if you can see that, but lots of little blackheads have come out. That's brilliant. Okay, let's try this one. Oh. Okay. Oh, yes. This is a good yield. Very good yield. I mean, it's quite tricky to get these. I probably need to be better prepared with the papers and stuff. But the good thing about this is that you can, if you rip the papers up into different sizes, you could do different areas. I don't know if it's not that, oh, wow. I don't know if it's not that dried there. Can you see that? Like where it's darker, oh my God. That is yuckiness coming out of my skin. All right, so to get this off now, I'm going to use an oil base, like an oil cleansing oil, and that should hopefully get it off. I'll use a bit of a kind of like an exfoliating microfiber. And yeah, but that was pleased. I think probably here I needed to leave it a little bit longer. It's very humid today, so that might have had some impact. But yeah, that was with the Lanbena nose plants pore strips. Okay, so you see that I have had varying degrees of success with these pore strips. I really was shocked that the Starface didn't seem to work better, and I wonder if there was something up that day with how I applied them. So I will give these, I'll give them all a go. I'll use them up. They'll feature in empties videos in the future. Although the Lanbena ones, they don't have a date on them, but and actually 12 months. Okay, well, I've had this for maybe 3 years. But it still seems to work. So yeah, I guess the best results were with the Biore and then definitely with the Lanbena. I didn't do that, when I was demoing these, I didn't do what I normally do when I use these kind of products. And that is, I go in first with a cleansing balm that has a kind of physical, if you like, scrub in it. I've got these kind of Emma Hardy kind of, I don't know what they are. It's like, it's a bit kind of like granules. I don't know what it's exactly called, but I put them onto the balm and then I exfoliate my skin, because that kind of takes off the first layer of dead skin, and then these kind of go in a bit deeper. I find that works really well. I didn't want to do it when I was doing these demos because I was doing these on consecutive days, and so actually that's why it's quite surprising how well the Lanbena worked, because it was the last one in the chain and it got a lot of stuff out. Normally the Biore has worked really, really well for me, and I was a little bit disappointed with how it didn't work so well. It might have been that I hadn't left them on long enough, or I didn't get the nose wet enough, or the area wet enough, because I was, rather than soaking my skin first, I was kind of putting the water on afterwards, which is a technique that I've used in the past that worked really well for me, but maybe these don't work like that. So yeah, I'll need to play around a little bit more, but I hope you enjoyed this video, a little bit of fun. If you use these types of products, what's your favorite? Love to hear from you. Or have you found like the cure for blackheads? Would love to know what you do for this kind of skin situation. But with that, I'm going to leave you. I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. It's lovely to have you here. And remember, you are in perfect time. See you soon.